Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between. Welcome to our 27th episode of the new You Talkshow. We are the only show that promises incredible content with credible people. My name is Frederick, and joining me is Nick Issa.
Aloha, evening.
Yay, aloha. And this evening, we explore this topic that's related to networking and communication, and it's on making the first contact count. Whoa. Okay. So although it's important to strike a good first impression from the start during networking or, interacting with business associates, too often we tend to neglect another crucial element in networking, which is effective introduction. Now, first of all, disclaimer first, all right? This discussion has no intention, okay, to point fingers at anyone or any situation where ineffective communication has occurred to any extent. We will not be mentioning any names. We will not pinpoint anyone. Okay, this happens to all of us. Let us all just use this discussion as a form of a learning experience. All right. So this talk show is purely for educational and informational purpose only. So it's not mine or Nick's intent to actually point fingers to anyone or just for some toxic reasons. No, we don't want this thing to be too toxic. We want this to be a friendly chit chat, and also a form of a platform for us to share our thoughts on the matter, on the topic itself, because this is such an important topic when it comes to business etiquette, when it comes to effective communication or even introduction, which a lot of us, I believe, some of us also, I do admit sometimes I do miss certain things out. There are many of us who probably have gone through that before in our lives. And perhaps this would be a great start to an evening of discussion where, we explore how we can actually improve or further develop our communication skills. And what better person to ask than Nick, because he is someone who actually does business etiquette, and he did a talk before. He actually did a talk and seminar on business etiquette in general. So I don't know, maybe Nick can share with us some tips, or rather expound on expound deeper into the topics, because it's really important. Business etiquette comes from emotional intelligence, which is EQ for short. And to me, I feel that EQ is so important that without EQ, business owners will not see or find success in their business. Agree with me?
For me, right, it's mostly about the projection that you wanted to show to your client or to your prospects, especially. And because all this is very important to show your professionalism. Yeah, very important. As well, when you go for networking, of course you must be on time. Try to be there earlier. You need to have a very good attitude in terms of showing you care, and very strong ethics. Okay, how to be more trustworthy? That means you need to make sure that whatever you have communication with that person, you need to also make sure you fulfill the person, maybe whatever it is. And also sometimes all of us are, you are not God, you are not perfect. Okay, so always look out for any feedbacks, and also we need to actually seek for improvement. And very important, when you go networking, you need to dress your part. Meaning, for example, you go for a certain function or whatever, you must actually adapt yourself to the certain dress code, whether is it formal, informal, casual, or whatever. So, of course, you don't expect me to. Let's say you go for Indian food court, example. You need to dress like coat, any kind of thing. Not necessary. You can just dress casual, unless you are doing a very VIP places. Then, of course, you need to dress up based on the event itself. Okay. And of course, I think that when you first meet a person, when you say hello, right, you just have to be friendly, be yourself. And so don't forget your please and your thank you. This is very, very important.
Yeah, it's so important. And Nick, the P's and Q's are so simple that I find that this is something which is very, very easily omitted by a lot of people. Like, for example, there has been one person who actually, come to me and ask me certain tips. I mean, I'm okay sharing some tips on, some business tips or some advices. And, I may coach, but, at that particular time, I'm not putting on the hat of a coach, but just an advisor. So I just give a normal tip, just some advice. And the next thing I get is, okay, bye. And there's not a simple thank you or not a simple please. It's not that I asked for it, but I think it's a very common sense kind of thing, to sort of like show an appreciation there. That when someone gives you something that you request, it's a normal thing to say thank you and all that. It's something which a lot of us omit during the interaction. I don't know, but this doesn't happen in Grow, thankfully. This happens in a lot of other places, which and yeah, I'm not sure about you, Nick, because to me it happens quite a number of times.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you, Frederick. When
Yeah.
you meet a person, right? How
Yeah.
do you introduce yourself?
Well, I think when I meet a person for the very first time, it's basically just say hi. If I can shake hand, I shake hand. I make it a very firm grip, and I say hi and simply state about what I do. After I state my name, it's just very normal. Just state what I do in very short, concise manner, because you need to make it very, very short. Like, I help clients do what and whatever that you're doing. And why you want to keep it short? Because you want to hear the other points, the other person's point of view. And if you want to keep it short, keep it interesting as well. So people will go like, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about it. So how to go about doing this is that what I would do is, it's very simple, because my trade is something very interesting, right? So I say, I'm an astrologer. I'm a business astrologer. And people are like, ooh, ooh. Tell me more. But of course, if your trade is something very common, or if something that a lot of people is doing is not a niche, then perhaps you can share something unique about yourself. So that people will go, okay, tell me more about it. Something interesting. That's my take. What about you, Nick?
Yes, true. Because especially when you meet up with someone, right? Right. You have to put your name. Actually, the best is actually practice your elevator pitch. Okay, your 30-second or 1 minute introduction is very, very important.
That is so important. I agree with you.
Okay, but when Frederick, the other you say you shake the person's hands like firm. When I ask you, why is it firm? Why cannot be?
Well, it really depends on whose hands I'm shaking. But if it's a Muslim lady's hand, of course not. But if it's somebody else's hands, like a male's hand, a firm hand grip is good, so that it shows your sincerity. I mean, in Western culture, when you shake someone's hands with a firm grip, that gives you a sense of sincerity, that you're showing the other person that, hey, we mean business. I mean business, and what we're talking, we're serious here, right? So this is something which I think it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not only just showing that thing, but actually show your own self confidence when you shake hand the person. Okay. Yeah. And also you're showing your friendliness. Okay, if let's say you are meeting someone, a lady or maybe a different culture, certain handshake may not be a good idea to handshake. Let's say you offer the hand, right? And then they put their hands or they bow a little bit. Sometimes you can just put your hands onto your just above your heart, and it's actually more a sincere way to show that you respect them actually, and you say hi to them, something like that.
Okay. Maybe a bow would be good, because bow would be easier for me. 안녕하세요.
Actually, very important. Actually, your communications play a part. Do you know that actually non-verbal, in terms of non-verbal and verbal communications, verbal is only 35%.
Yeah.
Non-verbal communications, right, actually shows your 65%, right? It shows based on your facial expressions, your tone of voice, in terms of your gesture, your appearance, the eye contact, and your posture. Okay, this is very important. It covers 65%.
I'm not sure about the percentage, but I hear that it is also 75%.
About that.
It's quite a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so basically, it actually tells you about the first impression of yourself when you first meet up with the person.
Yeah. And it's so important. I mean, what you don't say, and what you show to other people, it means a lot. Like how you sit, how you fold your arms, where you place your hands, where you place your arms, where your eye looks, I mean, eye contact isn't that important in Asia, because in Asia, if we look at someone in the eye, sometimes it can be quite rude. So I'm quite wary of that. But when I am speaking to a foreigner, like a Westerner, or perhaps someone from the West, eye contact is important. But in Asia, especially East Asia, looking at someone in the eye is something probably a bit disrespectful. So it's something to be wary about. I'm not sure about Southeast Asia. Maybe Southeast Asia has followed the Western form of practice, but in East Asia, it's a little bit rude to look at person in the eye. So eye contact, I mean, occasionally, just on and off, occasionally, making the eye contact is fine, but not to look at a person in the eye for a longer period of time. So that is considered quite rude. That's what I feel. I mean, probably that is the case.
It's true, Frederick. That's the correct answer on my side. However, why the Westerners or why the professionals are looking mostly on the eye contact? Because when you start talking to a person and your eye bounce up or bounce down. So basically, it's actually a project whether you're telling a truth or you're telling a lie or you're trying to create a story. So basically, right, this is how okay, if you are an NLP person, you can ask a person. Frederick is an NLP practitioner. So when you do NLP, we understand about how people actually create a story or not creating a story, basically looking at the eye, the movement of the eye. Basically.
The fact that if you are looking somewhere on the left, like for example, you're looking on the left, you're actually activating the left brain, or not the left brain, the right brain. The right brain is when you look to the left. The left brain is when you look to the right. Now, when you are looking to the left, you are tapping on your right brain, which is the brain that's responsible for creativity and imagination. This is an old theory, my friend. This is an old theory. It doesn't work anymore. So there is no such thing as the left brain or the right brain, because this theory has been debunked a long time ago, many, many years ago. So right now, the brain theory is talking about two sides, right? The left and the right brain working together. Now, the left and the right brain, when working together, what they do is that they create images, and therefore the theory of looking left or looking right is lying or not lying. It's actually outdated. It's actually an outdated model, I would say. How you tell a person is lying, you can look at the eye, but oftentimes you may get maybe 60% right, and 40% you may get it wrong if you're experienced. But if you are really, really in need of wanting the person to tell you the truth, then you get a lie detector. Or you just simply look at the posture, right? If he's fidgety, if the person is fidgety or moving about, shifting here and there, then it's probably lying, or probably looking somewhere else, a couple of times, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like more than 7 times looking away as they're talking, then they're probably lying, or they're probably cooking up a story. But if you're looking at a person, if he's looking down, he's looking at his soul. So he's actually reflecting on what he wants to say, and it comes from the heart. So I take that as some form of sincerity if the person is looking down as he speaks. But it would be weird if this person keeps looking down and not looking up at you. So it actually speaks a lot of meaning. All these are nuances in interaction with other people. And this is something which I don't know about you, but I can actually pick it up when I'm networking. I am a trained NLP person and a psychologist as well. I am also a trained hypnotherapist like men, and I have background in psychotherapy. So reading a person like a book is like that to me. So I pick up things and I can be able to sort of understand where people are coming from. However, when it comes to messaging, oh my God, pardon my French, but when it comes to networking and messaging, it's something which I don't know about you, Nick. I find that messaging can be a Achilles heel.
Actually, messaging, there isn't any emotion involved.
Exactly. But you can actually create certain rapport through messaging, But, the initial rapport doesn't have to be a deep rapport. I have this experience where this person just texted me, this happened a very long time ago, and this person texted me, hey, may I know why your reading is so expensive? I'm like, that's the first message that this person sent. I'm like, where are you from, yeah? I'm like, who are you? So I replied, I beg your pardon. Which reading are you referring to? Are you referring to tarot reading? Are you referring to astrology reading? Are you referring to business astrology? Or are you referring to, relationship astrology? What are you referring to? And also, which platform do you find me from? There's so many things that this person missed out. And when you strike out a conversation like that for the very first time and you expect me to know who you are, that is a bit ridiculous, right?
Yes.
If someone texted you Nick, okay, Nick, how much? I say, how much what? Yeah, you gotta ask them like, where do you find me from? Like, I saw your Facebook ads, I saw your website, and I'm interested in taking on this product or services from you. You share about your fashion services and stuff like that. I'm interested to find out. Can you show me some? I know it's a little bit long-winded. I know it takes a little bit more time to type, but it helps the person understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? So a lot of people make this mistake. I don't know, business owners too. It's really, really ridiculous.
But because sometimes we may understand why they do that. Okay, because sometimes everybody want instant answer, instant thing. So
Right.
basically, but they forgot the ethic. Okay, this is actually at least say hello. My name is blah 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 blah. Okay, I get your number from who,
Yeah.
and then I'm interested to know about your services. Blah blah blah. So
Hmm.
you should actually do that before you actually ask the questions indirectly. So at least you know, like, where you get this number from, or where you get this, in at least this is the way. Okay, one more thing, very important, or I'll say a courtesy or polite way.
Hmm.
If you know that someone, okay, you know A and you know B, and then A doesn't know B, okay, but you are a C, for example, okay, you
All right.
give B your contact number.
And then be shared with A.
No, you should not give the person B A number. You should ask A first. Can I give you B your contact number?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the whole thing and idea. So at least A is prepared. Oh, B got my number.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he will message you or whether to call you. And this is the way you should do it. It's not like
This is so preciously important, which a lot of people still do not practice. I'm surprised. I'm still very shocked and surprised because out of the blue, I think I do have experiences too. And somebody just texted me on nowhere. I'm like, where do you get my number from?
yeah, it's
And
actually
it's like, from
not
who?
nice to share someone's number without the person's knowledge, unless they get the number from website and say, "Oh, I get the number from website." You indicate that I actually get your number from the website, or I get the number from the one of or somewhere else. Yeah,
And the worst thing is that this person who texted me, right, doesn't have any profile picture on, and because if you don't have a profile picture on, I immediately thought that it's scam. The first thing in my mind is scam. Is this a scam? Because scammers will appear like +65, blah 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 blah, and they will have no picture on it. Some don't really have a picture, or some just have some, non facial picture, like profile pictures that they have. And that's quite annoying because you do not know who this person is that you're talking to, who is it behind the mobile phone. And that's something very fishy. The first thing that you feel is that I feel, I mean, for me, is the first thing I feel is this person, why is this person texting me all of a sudden? And moreover, if it's at night, I'll be like, what's going on, right? And this person doesn't introduce. Simply state a request. Before you state a request, there is this thing called proper self-introduction before the request. It's like you're introducing yourself, like, hi, so and so, doing this and this. This is what I do. What about you? Because I hear about you from someone. So I intended to, find out more about what you do. So it's something like giving a context, like giving a background information of where you're coming from, so that the receiver of the message can be able to kind of get where you're from. Like, okay, so and so is coming from here and it's from this region and wants to speak to me about something because, maybe I'm famous on some platform. I don't know. So it helps. It really helps the sender, the messenger, even, I mean, the message receiver to be clear. I mean, if you have clear communication, you get clear replies.
yes, and also talk about clear communications or clear reply.
Yeah.
So to avoid using abbreviations, maybe shortcuts or even short forms. Okay,
Yeah.
this is not very improper because sometimes I know that I'm so sorry, I'm not trying to say certain generations, but sometimes when you talk shortcuts, I don't understand what are you trying to type.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't have to be sorry about that because
because like
we
you
are all
understand,
guilty about that because sometimes we also share something relating to whatever that we want to share. Some generation just don't understand, like the previous generation that comes before us, they don't understand us.
they don't even understand like what is
Same thing.
LOL example.
Yeah, exactly, right. But right now, LOL is something like it's so well known. I mean, because we use it often.
Yeah, correct. But of course, you don't use it for a business texting or whatever for LOL.
Of course not. Of course not. It's so informal.
It's so irregular and it's like so
Yeah, very
unprofessional.
informal. Like for example, I can tell you in the face, hey, no cap, no cap. You know what no cap is? You know what no cap
Please no
means?
cap, yes. Don't put every single word that you type in all in capital letter.
No, no cap means not. I mean, no cap in
Oh,
in
in
the
message.
latest generation. I would say the strawberry generations or Gen Z's lingo. No cap means no kidding. Like I'm not kidding, right? It doesn't mean no capital, no capital letter. So in Gen Z's lingo, it's I'm not kidding. So you see, it seems like we don't understand them. So when we are actually, communicating, it's so important to be clear. So in business context, right, formality is still required in a way. I mean, proper English, proper commercialized English, not Singlish. I know we're very unique. We're uniquely Asia, Singapore, and also Malaysia. But it's really helpful to be clear because clarity is something which will reduce a lot of annoyance and miscommunication later on, and some unwanted stuff that you don't want to happen. And too many times I've experienced this, and it's not the first time, really.
Yeah.
Like for example, I got a text message from someone. Really, I don't know why this all happened to me, but maybe for some of you guys, you all have such a things happening to you guys before. But for me, it's like quite rampant. They're like texting me and say, "Hey, how long have you been doing this?" I'm like, "First message. This is the first message, by the way. First message. How long have you been doing this?" I'm like, "Doing what?" I beg your pardon. May I know who is this and where did you hear of me? How do I address you and what do you do? Can answer all these questions first. It's something which I really hope. Yeah, it's very, very rude. Exactly, Roshana. Thanks. And it's like how you have been doing this. I'm like, excuse me, you who are you and where do you hear of me? May I know like where you come from? There's this assumption, the common assumption that you know I'm supposed to read your mind. I'm supposed to know where you're coming from. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And I know a lot of business people who are guilty of that. And they also practice that. I mean, this is something for us to learn. I mean, it's something maybe we are guilty of sometimes, but the common assumption that people knows what we want is always this, this common mistake that we make all the time. So I think this is something which we can learn from it. And sometimes it can be a very expensive lesson because you lose a very, very potential collaborator that way. And when misunderstanding or miscommunication happen, what you have is bad impressions, right?
Yep.
And you have bad rapport and bad trust. Yeah. So
Okay. Not only just texting in direct one-to-one, in a group chat. Frederick, want to share something from the group chat?
group chat. Have you guys felt that when you are networking in a group chat, I'm not talking about certain group chats, but in many group chats that you're in a collaborative group chat, there are different type of people. There are people who will spam and spam and spam and spam, like keep texting and texting and texting over and again, showing the same messages, same advertisement and all that. And there isn't a time when I see this person, right? Whoever it is or whoever it be, it's not just this person. There are many people also. Not once I see them talking. It's like really engage in proper discourse. I don't know. I have probably I was falling asleep. Probably I'm fast asleep or something like that. Or maybe I've not been involved, but so much. But but many times people are just spamming and spamming and spamming. But can you imagine? I go to your party, right? I just gate crash your party, okay? And it's your wedding party, okay? I gate crash your party and say, hey everyone, I've got this product, okay, super good. All right, I want to buy, you want to buy. Yeah, you'll be annoyed, right? You'll be annoyed, right? It's like gate crash your party, gate crash your event, and gate crash your seminar and your class and your course and your workshop. And I tell you, hey, I got this product, damn cool. You want to buy or not? You want to buy extra? I give you a discount. Give you discount. 50% discount. You want to buy? Will you be annoyed? That's the thing. So this is something which it is also part and parcel of how people advertise on social media as well, because they're bombastic they're bombasting they're bombing their social media with ads, crazy ads. And we can't relate because everything is about ads. Everything is about them. There's everything about their products. Everything's about their services. We can't relate.
Actually, right, to avoid, the words call spamming, to avoid you be labeled as spamming.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have an image or a product or something, please do write something. Say, hi, this is the product I'm actually promoting. Anybody interested in it? Please do PM me. Example, something like that. At least you are not spamming. You are actually telling on your site. Try although you are promoting your product, but at least there is some copy of saying that what is this image all about. Even though, let's say for me also, I've been practicing, like, for example, let's say I go for events, I would like to combine all my pictures into, the collage image, and then I put some words, and then I put my copy as well. So instead of spamming, okay, don't do like you post all the pictures, pop, 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 and then you put one words. You are still spamming. You know, because images is still called lots of image, it's still called pamping. Okay. So basically, that's all about lah, basically. Yeah.
Right. Right. It's like having one word, like what you said, having one word after so many pictures and stuff like that. I mean, those are EDMs, right? I assume. Nick, is everything okay, Nick?
Sorry, just someone knocking my door.
All right, sure. Yeah, we're interrupted every now and then. It's
Yeah,
okay.
basically just do not try. That's how you could do it. Just put the few images into one collage and then put some words. And you can do that. That's the way of how you should do it. Yeah, for example, I think Hushana say like catalog it. Yeah, make it create like a catalog. Yeah, basically.
Cool.
Okay. One also thing like I want to share important in the group chat, right? Do not share negativity, gossiping about people, or spreading fake news, or maybe try to share, oh, I got this offer, but you don't know whether this link or this particular thing, is it legit,
Yeah.
or a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, so try not to share. Oh, you want to share, but basically you're not actually sharing. You're putting other people into danger as well.
Yeah, it's like you got to do your homework first, because
Yes.
if you receive any advertisement or any message from any source, it could be any suspicious source or any foreign source, which you do not know whether it will bring value, although it sounded like it will bring value to other people. But sometimes I feel that all these might be quite spamish, or it can be scammers as well. And I'm so afraid of scammers. I'm very, very afraid of scammers. There was a few times that I nearly got scammed, a few times, and I managed to like track the whole damn thing out. And it's really very, very rampant nowadays. There's a lot of scammers disguising themselves. AI, yeah. So there's a lot of all these kind of people, I don't want to give them shitty names, but
So actually, before you share, right, or anything, you rethink. You must rethink. Should I share this in a group, or should I share it to someone else? For example, right, you are talking to a person. Let's say A, B, C, D, E is inside the group chat. Okay, but you want to relate a message to B, example. You don't need to put in the group chat. You're just talking among one another. You should actually put in. You should just PM or DM that person instead. It's not in the group chat, because the rest are not involved, or the rest is not important, unless you say that, oh, A was saying that A was saying that we should do this together, or what. Unless it's a question and to sharing, then you can put that in the group chat, or in the particular one.
So that WhatsApp is, I'm not sure, Nick, if WhatsApp has a lot of contacts, right? In groups that are super huge, right? Those groups with 1,000 over members, you know what group I'm talking about. So 1,000 member group, all right, with contacts that you never even save.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's very hard to track the names of the person. So it's really hard to really find out where the person is from. And sometimes it's really good to, very, very helpful if someone can, introduce themselves before, striking out a conversation, like making requests or, asking certain questions, because it's very hard to track the phone numbers also. You try to search the phone numbers, sometimes you have hard time searching. And not many people will name their real name on WhatsApp. And so it gets very, very tough to kind of like find out who this person is from. I mean, I appreciate the attention and the consult that you want and the request that you want, but sometimes I also need to know like where you are coming from, also like who are you, which group you're from, and what do you do. I may or may not have seen you, and vice versa. It's like a networking kind of thing. If you're networking in groups in WhatsApp, it's quite tough. It's quite tough to really find out. And I tried searching for the numbers of the person that I really want a private message. So that failed because I do not know this person's name, or I don't know how to spell it, because sometimes spelling of names may go wrong. It may be not the way you spell it, or it can be the fact that you try to reach out to this person, but the numbers, you're not very afraid. So the
Actually,
best way is to write in a group chat and say that, hey, so and so, I would like to speak to you privately. Can you text me? It's the same thing. It's like making a request and telling people what you want, because I think that's what kids will do also, because children do that too. Yeah, because I'm more exposed to kids nowadays. And I have a partner with kids. So the thing is, it's really it's something that we adults need to learn from as well. I feel.
actually, also talk about kids, right? You know our WhatsApp example, WhatsApp nickname. You know, sometimes the nickname, right? Wow, fishy fish.
Who is it?
So it's a fishy fish. So actually, you are in a business context. So actually, your nickname is better to actually, at least, okay. Everybody have, I think most of the business owners here, you're having one or two phones indirectly. Correct. So you have a personal phone and you have and your business phone. So business phone, yeah, please make use of actual name or how you want to be addressed as. Or your personal phone, yes, you can make it as a nick, as in fishy fish. You know,
That sounds so fishy. First of all, I would think, oh, scammer, scammer, scammer. Very fishy, very fishy.
so basically, it's about how you want to project an image of who you think is this person. Is this person is fishy fish? Is it try to making a statement about himself or whatever? What is the image that he project? Okay, what impression do you want to project? It's very important. And also inside the group chat, right? Is very, very important. Please do share values with each other. Sometimes in the morning, you can see some of the group chat. Example, some group chat they do give like morning quotes. But not everybody will need to do that. But sometimes it helps a person. It does help. I mean that sharing value and sharing moments indirectly. Okay. As long please do not touch politics, sex, or religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
It's
very,
a
very
common sense thing. And Nick, do you agree that common sense is not common nowadays?
no matter what, just be humble, respect, and think what you want to be treated the same way as others. Okay. This is
I'm
very, this
hopeful.
is
I'm
very
hopeful.
important.
I'm very hopeful still.
Okay. Let's go back to communications on the phone. When I
Yeah.
call you a Frederick example, okay,
Yeah.
I call, oh, hi Frederick, how are you?
Hey, hi, Nick. What's up?
You see the tone?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up? I mean, the tone is that's my tone. That's the way I do it, because I'm slightly more calm, and I'm just like the way I am. All right, that's me. Why are you judging my tone?
No, basically, right, you must actually do not too loud,
Yeah.
not too soft. Hi
Yeah.
Frederick, how are you? You need to be as normal and just not so soft. So you need to pay attention to the other person you're calling to as well. So this is more about how you want to the same way make sure that you are okay. Sometimes when you talk, right, there's suddenly person, are you okay? So sometimes the person they thought that you are, you are something wrong, or something happened to you, that kind of thing. Because everybody, that's like the tone of voice is
Yeah.
it's very important. Okay.
That
Right.
is so true. Tone of voice over the phone, I can tell whether you are a crook or someone who is sincere. Yeah, it's a very innate thing for all of us humans. So if you can feel the person next to, next, or rather, that you can feel the person behind the phone, then you are really tapping into your inner power, which is the psychic power that we all have. We all humans have psychic powers. So if you tap on that psychic powers, you can feel the other person over the other side talking to you on the phone. You can literally sense whether this person is trying to, be serious with doing business with you.
Yes.
It's the very, very I don't know, it's a natural thing for me. I'm not sure about you guys. But of course, yeah, it's psychic power. Yes, Roshana, it's psychic power.
And
Yes.
also,
We all have that. We all have that. Yeah, it's what we call sixth sense. It's just that a lot of us humans, as we devolve, we don't evolve, but we devolve as from a rural life to a city life. We actually devolve. We don't evolve because we lost our psychic power. Everything is facts, facts, facts. But we forget about our intuition. We forget about using intuitive power to execute our judgment. Because sometimes certain things do not show themselves the way we look at it. Okay? Sometimes things are not what it seems from the outside. So a lot of times, exactly, women have a lot of intuition. I agree.
I agree.
And things are not what they seem on the outside. You've got to tap deep. You have to look deep into it. You have to sense. And in order to sense it, you've got to quieten yourself down. Because in a city life, as a city dweller, we fail to do that. A lot of things require us to be moving very fast. We have to work and we have to, do things fast and be efficient. we missed out on taking it slow and doing it slowly and mindfully. So we're talking about mindfulness nowadays, right? But the mindfulness I'm talking about is about quietening down your mind, not just your speed of what you do, quietening down your mind and really tapping into your intuitive power. And that is something which you can actually practice on your own to sort of like increase your intuitive power. So if you really want to know how to, the first step to improve your intuition is you use a deck of poker cards. Okay, you put the poker cards in front of you, put the deck of cards in front of you, and then you guess what color it is. Okay, if it's black or red. It's either one, it's either black or red, 50-50, right? So that's the first thing that you start doing. So if it's black, if it's correct, you put yes. If it's wrong, you put no. Okay, so you keep doing that until you get 2 sets of cards, yes and no, and you see which one you have more yeses or more no's. So from there, if you keep practicing it, your intuition will improve, right? So this is how you practice your intuitive power.
But don't be tikam. Sorry, I'm going to speak Singlish a bit. No tikam.
Not tikam, is you try to focus on the cards. Focus on the cards and really think, really focus and make a decisive guess.
Yes.
There's no right or wrong. Just make a decisive guess, right? So when you do that, yeah, I'm sure you heard of that, right? But not many people practice, right? So if you practice, right, you'll be able to build your intuitive power from there. And this is how you improve your intuitive power and your psychic power as well. And yeah, so this is one method, all right? And then, so if you can use your intuitive and your intuition and your psychic powers to sense another person, you are almost there already. You are able to connect spiritually with the other person. And if you are able to connect spiritually with the other person that you're trying to interact with, and you sense that there is synergy, you sense that there is this connection, then cool. I mean, you have yourself a great discussion there or business deal there. A lot of us just see things from face value. We miss out on the intuitive part, which sometimes when we use our gut feelings, we neglect our gut feelings, we ignore our gut feelings, and that's when we can sometimes make silly mistakes in
collaboration. For example, got one thing also. Let's say, right, Frederick, you call me, and then I was in a group of people in a meeting. Okay, we're just talking about that. Must always ask the person. Let's say I must Frederick mention first. Frederick, can I open to loudspeaker so that the rest can hear? So always ask this question before you put in loudspeaker and the person just talking to you, and then he's not put loudspeaker, then the other person can hear what you are trying to discuss within individual first.
Yeah, it is a invasion of privacy.
Yeah, invasion of privacy and also courtesy. This is very important.
It's just basic courtesy. Which I don't know, Nick. This is something which we are already adults, right? we of course we should remind each other, but to this day and age, having to remind each other, not just that, but having to even teach one another this. I think this all should start from young, right?
Yes.
It's really something that I feel malu about. I don't know. Malu means embarrassed. I mean, at this stage of our lives, when we are almost like halfway into the coffin, we are lacking in that kind of, common EQ and courtesy, which I find it shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Actually, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
If, let's say, right, I ask you out for dinner or ask you out for a meal.
Yeah.
Who foot the bill?
If you ask me out for a meal.
Yes.
Okay, you are the one inviting me, right?
Correct.
Okay. So of course you are the one who foot the bill. But okay, yes. At that point in time, right, I would walk out and foot the bill for you. And the thing here is there's a cultural interference here. So if you're dealing with Chinese, okay, guys, if you're dealing with PRC Chinese, PRC Chinese, I mean People's Republic of China, okay, Chinese. If you're dealing with Chinese people, okay, you have to be the first to go to the counter and pay, because if you don't do that, it's rude. They may say, oh, it's okay, I pay, it's okay. But you cannot do that. You have to pay. All right? It shows your sincerity. Because a lot of times, Singaporeans, right, it's very, very common mistake. Because for us, if we deal with Chinese people, I mean, real PRC Chinese people, if you're doing business with them, please, every single meal you must pay. You must be the first to rush there and pay. Even if they tell you, no, you don't have to pay, I pay, you have to compete with them to pay. This is how you do business with PRC Chinese.
Actually, not only true, right? You make a business, right? No matter you out for a dinner, whoever pay is good. But normally the person who asks the person out for dinner or a meal, that's the person who should foot the bill.
Yeah, that's the unspoken rule. That's the unspoken rule.
But That's what I say, like what you mentioned, whether you pay who plays. I mean, if you, let's say me and Frederick, okay, can we just half it, lah?
Sure, sure.
Okay,
I mean, if there's proper
that's
discussion
that is
beforehand, sure.
more mutual, how to say,
Yeah,
agreement, and then nobody owns anybody. Yeah, it's
yeah,
the one way that thing. Okay, and very important also when you go out for a dinner. For example, whether you are maybe going for a VIP dining, fine dining.
yeah.
Yeah, please learn your fine dining
Oh
etiquette.
yes, Nick, this is your area of
Of
expertise, so
course, you know where
you
to
can
put.
share more about it.
You
Yeah,
know where to pick up the spoon for soup,
right.
spoon for the main course, and spoon for dessert. And each glasses is it meant for water? Which glasses is meant for wine? Which glasses meant for juices?
Yeah, I get that. And
A
you know what,
lot
Nick,
more.
this can be a story for another day.
Yeah, of course, of course, of
And
course.
definitely this will take up a lot of time just to go through the whole thing. And this is a very interesting workshop that you can actually hold, and you can actually create an app out of it, you know. Educational app, by the way.
Okay, no matter what, right? When you meet a person for, let's say I meet Frederick for a meeting or whatever. Please be on time, okay, or at least earlier. But if you are stuck
Yeah.
somewhere and it's about 10 minutes or 15 minutes before the actual meeting,
Yeah.
please message or inform the person that you'll be late. You are stuck, guys. You know,
And
or
also the ETA.
yeah, this is very important before the actual meeting time. Okay, this is it's called ethic. Very important.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me this because the thing is, I once waited a person for more than an hour. Yeah,
Seriously.
I once waited for a person I admire a lot last time. For
Oh,
more
okay,
than
that
an
was
hour.
different.
It's not admire. Sorry, admire as in mentor, mentor,
Oh,
mentor.
mentor. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's mentor,
Admire.
mentee kind of admire, not lovey-dovey kind of manner. Please, all right. It's something that it's somebody that I admire a lot. And I had to wait like more than an hour. So it's not, even though you are high and mighty up there, it doesn't call for you to dilly-dally. You know, it's like you're not respecting the other person's time. Even if someone who is not at your level, you know, I was a mentee, of course. But of course, if you're dealing with your mentee or your coachee, please do not be late and expect your coachee to wait, because that's like very rude also. You're not respecting your coachee's time. So what would be your coachee's impression of you as a coach? You know, sometimes that happens, and it happened to me. And that's the reason why I felt like, you know, it's something that a mentor should not do. Yeah, and so that's the reason why I thought that, you know, when I become a coach, you know, I do not want to do the same thing to people, and I'm usually on time for a reason. Yeah, so it's something which we learn along the way. Yeah, you know, it's pretty cool, you know, Nick. This is an awesome topic. Yeah.
Let's say you want to do a group networking. You can mean you become the host, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's someone new who actually, okay, you know that this person, a few people is coming for that event or that network party or network dinner, for example, or meal, basically. Right.
Yeah.
So basically, when that person arrive,
Mm-hmm.
can I ask Patrick, what do you do?
Come again, sorry.
Okay, let's say you're hosting the event, and then a new person came. Of course, he was a bit late. He
was a bit late. Yeah, correct.
Okay, and then what will you do when the person walked in?
The person just show up like this, right?
Yeah, right.
And I'm holding an event. Halfway through, I was talking. Is it?
Halfway through, I think you are talking the group indirectly.
It depends on the formal occasion, or it depends on the occasion really. Because if it's sharing, it's informal sharing. If it's informal, I would just welcome the person. I say, hey, you know, just pause everyone and say, hey, you know what? Let's welcome this fella in the room. This fella is so and so, and what does he or she do? Please have a seat. And also, yeah, if you want to connect with this person, please do, because this person is doing what and what. You know, it helps to build the kind of atmosphere and the bond there. It's something when you're facilitating a course like a workshop, because I've done that before, and you're doing a physical workshop, and somebody walks into the room, and you can just say, hey guys, wait a minute, let's welcome this so and so is coming into the room. Hey, welcome, have a seat. This person is so and so. Please introduce yourself to this person, because you know, this person is doing this. If you want a good haircut, okay, go to this person. Something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just have to do an introduction of that person to everyone. That's very important. And also, if let's say you don't know this person, hi, welcome, come. Please do introduce yourself. Please do introduce yourself. And then, this is how you have to make people around you aware that, oh, this new person is coming in, and do not let anybody feel ignored. Yeah. So everybody is like at least positive vibes coming in.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
think in closing, right, there is this whole thing that summarized the whole entire talk show and discussion that we have tonight. It's about, words, right? It's what's spoken, what's unspoken. But when you are speaking words, the reason why we have one mouth, okay, to speak words, and the reason why we speak words, can we swallow our words? No, we can't swallow our words, right? Although we think we can swallow our words, but we can't swallow our words. So what is spoken cannot be retrieved.
Yes.
But when you speak, one thing is, who is it that you want to edify, right? The first thing in mind is that who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to yourself? If you're speaking to yourself, you can say anything to yourself. It will be truth. But sometimes, even if it's true, you won't want to say it to the other person's face, right? Like, Nick, you are blah, 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 blah. Would you like it? It's like, I'm just trying to throw everything at you, and that's the truth, and that's my truth. But what is true for me may not be true for you.
Yep.
So we share what the other person wants to hear. And that's the purpose of speech. That's the purpose of why we communicate. Like I said, the previous episode, it's about wrapping a piece of paper over a piece of shit. A nice looking piece of paper over a piece of shit. Yeah, that's communication. Because on some levels, we shouldn't be revealing too much of the truth that will hurt another person.
And also, do not put use the word "I am sorry." Example, try to use something. For example, someone's waiting for you. Example, I'm just giving, and then just say, I'm sorry." Just say, "Thank you for waiting for me." Yep. So basically, change your words of projecting so that it's more professional in a way. Yeah. So something like that. So the word "sorry," right? Yeah, you just have to reframe upon the word "sorry." Yeah.
I think something that we learned tonight. We have lots to learn along the way, plenty of things to learn along the way, and we're never we're never going to stop learning. Yeah.
Any one of us over here in Facebook or in Zoom today, you want to ask us any question or any question in particular you want to share about this topic? Norman, Mohammed No, Eileen, Kai, Usana, or Claire? Please do unmute, or maybe you can, if you are too shy, you can just do type into the chat message. Anyone?
Or you can
Hello.
share some of your
Hello, Eileen.
scary experience.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Thanks for the sharing. At this point, actually, I don't have any question, but it's quite interesting to listen to the perspective that the two of you have, right? And it gets me reminded about some of the things. Like, for instance, when we invite someone out, should I be the first one to pay? I just had that incident recently. This other friend of mine insisted that he pays.
It doesn't matter who.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't have any question at this point in time. Thanks.
Okay,
Thanks so
thank you for sharing. Okay, anybody else? Kai, Mohammed No? Usana? Yeah, Usana.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry I was late. I'm
No problem.
Yeah, it's all right.
somewhere. Yeah, so I don't know what I missed actually the first part. Because I missed quite a bit.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Share on your side.
Quite interesting, yeah, but especially the part where who should pay first.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was I think that's something that everybody wants to know, needs to know. And the part about a China man spoke out before he does
Yeah.
it, that's really interesting.
Yeah, you literally have to compete with a PRC Chinese if you are to have a meal with him or her.
Yes.
Even if it's for women they do that too. So culturally, that's the case. So that's why I noticed, because I worked with Chinese people also before. I worked with them before, and also I've also heard a lot of stories from some of my associates who worked with Chinese, and when they didn't pay, the perception changed. Yeah. So it's a cultural thing, and sometimes it gets to the Chinese, and sometimes they can be offended. So when we are doing with business with China in the near future, which is very, very highly possible, that's the culture. Yeah.
Actually, to answer about all this, whether who to pay, right? On my side, right? If sometimes I invited a few people for a meal, I will be the one who pay, no matter what. Or even though I was invited to that meal, example, actually it depends on your budget as well. So basically, okay, fine, then you can willing to spend, say this is my treat, don't worry, the next time you can do my treat. So always have always use the word, don't worry, okay, this meal is on me. So the next meal will be maybe, it can be someone else. Yeah, just be casual unless it's it's more like to show that you're willing to work and you want to show that you are serious, and then you're also hoping that going for the next meal, the next meeting, look for the next meeting. Yeah, so it's how you
Looking forward
actually
to the next meeting.
correct and inquire so that on the next meeting be much more better. It's a follow up basically.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Norman, anything on your side? Hello, Norman.
you're most welcome, Norman. I saw his response. I saw his comment right there. Yeah, you're most welcome.
Anyone for Claire
Welcome.
or Kai?
No. Yeah, no more. Yeah, you're most welcome. Yeah.
Okay, for tonight, maybe.
Oh,
Hello. Hi, good evening, doctor. Dr. Mark,
yeah. We're almost.
we just almost closing. Dr. Mark, we just talk about the maybe you can just watch our replay or basically find out more about what we've been talking about today.
We're completing already. And
Yes.
Claire, you're most welcome as well. Yes, have a great evening. Anyway, we are just going to give this episode a close. So Nick, you wanna end this series? Nick, you're muted.
No, I was just taking pictures.
Hey, you sneaky fella. Okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, everyone, thank you for coming for tonight. So it's actually a big, good discussion. And I think thanks for participating and answering some of our questions. And I hope you guys get some golden nuggets out of it. And please do look out for us. For example, like me, I'm looking on the lifestyle and fashion coach, where I do coach people for the lifestyle in terms of no matter what, even in terms to social etiquettes, business etiquettes. That's my strong. And I'm do styling basically. And for Frederick, is more on the business exposure, NLP, practitioner, and also some business consultants. So please look out for us if you need any assistance on that. All right.
To put things simple, I am a business astrologer. I help people, business owners, look at their birth charts and to know more about themselves and their potentials for business and for their career as well. And I help people accelerate in their performance in their career and also businesses through astrology. So that is one area that I do. Okay, so with that in mind, thank you so much for participating and also for tuning in. And stay tuned for next week episode. We will announce again. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Ciao, everyone. Good night. See you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye-bye.